what is up? Welcome into Attacking Third, presented by Tylenol, the official pain reliever of the National Women's Soccer League. And the 2025 NWSL Final is set. Washington Spirit against Gotham FC. We're talking all about how we got here, our semifinal reactions. We'll have an interview. We'll do our semifinal best 11 alongside Lori Lindsey and Darian Jenkins. I'm Lisa Carlin. Should we check in on our brackets, anyone? How we doing, D? Lori? How's your bracket?
Mine was busted day one. Is Kupo still perfect?
I don't know. I should check.
No, I think she had Orlando. No. Did she? I make it up. I'm making everything up.
Okay,
Let's see. I'll take a look. We can keep going.
Yeah,
while
she had
I
Orlando. Kupo had Orlando and Washington in the final.
No,
like literally no one's bracket is okay.
Busted.
I hate Washington. Tough.
What a playoff, huh?
Yeah. Holy cow. This is why we love this league. This is why we love this sport. This is why, as an American, I absolutely love the playoffs, because you get something different. So thank you if you're joining us live on YouTube, because we are going live immediately following Orlando against Gotham semifinal. And we are going live after regulation. This one ended in the 90 minutes allotted, plus some stoppage time. So thank you for joining us, watching on Golazo Network, listening as a pod. And if you're with us on YouTube, jump in the comments and let us know what you think about these semifinals, because oh my goodness, Orlando Pride, Gotham, it ends 1-0 to Gotham in the 96th minute. Is stoppage time at the end of this game, a set piece by Jaedyn Shaw, and she scores it, Darian. It was almost picture perfect for the Bats at the end of this one after a crazy game.
You know, it was so smart. I mean, Lori, even before we jumped on, you talked about Esther ducking. And I think you guys can talk from the perspective of a defender, how that can throw you, because you were more concerned about, what the person you're marking is doing, trying to block her, especially a very cheeky player. Carriabello ends up ducking, and then it's just picture perfect side netting. I mean, Anna Morehouse was frozen, thinking it was going to get cleared or deflected, waiting for something else. It was just, I think when the other day, yesterday, God, these weeks are insane. Yesterday, when we were in the studio, I had said, I think this game is going to come down to the finest of margins. Both of these teams are so talented. They have individual players that are strong. They both know their style of play. They both are on kind of a vengeance tour against the public right now, against their haters. It's just a matter of who's going to show up and step out in those marginal moments. That's what makes you an exceptional team. If you look back at years past, those are the teams that make it far. And it came down to the last set piece in the last minute of a stoppage time. And Jaedyn freaking Shaw is built for the playoffs. She's thriving with Gotham. And I love to see it. My pride heart goes out to my girls. It was a battle of, I'm so happy for Gotham, but also my heart breaks for Orlando, because at home, a great crowd showed up to support them. But I mean, it was an entertaining game, even though Gotham didn't have a shot on goal until that moment.
This was an absolute playoff game, too. From the first whistle, it was high octane, both teams starting fast. You're right, D. This is a revenge and vengeance tour, which gives you a different sense of play and sense of style. There was watch parties happening in New York for this Gotham team. Our former producer, Mark Seaman, he was there. He said that the Batcave, aka Legends in New York, was rockin', which is
they're calling it the Batcave.
Batcave. How cool is that? I don't know if that's a Markism or a Gothamism. Either way, I love it.
That's awesome.
It was small margins in this game, Lori. Absolutely. Because for the majority, large stretches of this 90 minutes, it was all Orlando. They controlled so much. They created way more chances. The one shot on target that Gotham had in this game ends up being the goal in the 96th minute. Insane.
Yeah. And it's not, in some ways, it's not so unexpected when these are like the semifinals and playoff games, because sometimes you think you're gonna come out and there's gonna be this like high flying like football right back and forth. And the reality is there's nerves, there's a lot of tension. Everybody understands the pressure, what's at stake. And then it's not that either of these teams played tight, but I mean, I think we expected Gotham, with the attack that they have, the talent, to maybe take it more to to Orlando than they did. But credit to Orlando. I mean, this is what they've done all season long. And Darian was just saying it. Everybody is on this like revenge tour of like proving the fans, everybody, even us, the media, right? If we predict
Absolutely.
thing, and rightfully so. That's what the fun of this sport is, sport in general. But credit to Orlando. They've turned things around this second part of the season when they needed it. Got here, had the better of the play, like you said, in terms of the better chances. But listen, it is about the finest moments. It's about at times just who can execute and who maybe wants it just a little bit more. And we saw Jaedyn Shaw last week, and then here again, executed. And I thought it was a fantastic free kick just to keep it low. But in those types of free kicks, it is all about just keeping it on frame, because Darren, you said it perfectly. We were talking about before we came on. If Astair's ducking, it doesn't matter. If no one touches it, you want to at least force the save or to stay on frame. And that free kick is excellent in that regard.
If you look at that free kick just at the Orlando defense, you might think, Carriobella, why didn't you hit it? Why didn't you try to get a piece on it? But it's the Astair movement that you're talking about, Lori, that throws off the entirety of the defense because she gets out of the way. Even if you're watching Anna Morehouse in that moment, she's like, okay, is Purse about to touch it? I have to then react to that touch. And instead, no one touches it and it bounces all the way through. But this is a Gotham team right now that has now taken down Kansas City, the Shield winners, the record breakers throughout this entire season, being superstars. Gotham slays that giant and dragon. And then they take down Orlando, the team that won it last year, that looked like they were on their way to making it back-to-back years in an NWSL final. Darian, is this a Gotham team that can go all the way?
It is. When I think about the teams that end up winning the championships, there's always, there's a storyline that kind of hits your heart, or a storyline that drives the team forward. And I think Jaedyn Shaw coming on and saying in her presser last week, like, underdogs my ass. This team is talented. We're going to do X, Y, Z. And then they come out and prove it in the dying minutes of the match. I think when you have something like this and the team is energetic and they're feeling themselves, and you kind of have a phrase that carries you through that, as soon as somebody says it, you're all in lockstep with each other. That's what drives a championship forward. And I think you're coming into this, you're looking at the other side of the bracket, you're going to face Washington Spirit, the biggest rivalry, and next to Cascadia rivalry in the NWSL. We can confirm this rivalry is now real. I know we had questions at the beginning of the year. I think it's going to be lit in San Jose. I just think it's a really exciting time. And for this Gotham team, they're young. They had kind of an identity shift. They had their lulls throughout the season, and picking up Jaedyn Shaw, they're peaking at just the right time coming into this, where we're not just looking at Astair to score the goals. You're seeing all these other players come to life, whether it's on the attack or defense. I thought Midge Purse was incredible on both sides of the ball today. They've just got the total package brewing at the right time.
The thing with Gotham throughout this game, too, even if they weren't creating a lot of clear-cut chances and Orlando was dominating possession, Orlando could have scored, right? In the opening 30 minutes, there was this beautiful ball from Marta in behind Jackie Ovalle on the back post that, frankly, should have been a goal. That was a big miss by them. But for Gotham, they didn't ever lose in watching this game, their identity and their knowledge of we're fine. We have plenty of time in this game. I think a lot of confidence in Ann-Katrin Berger in goal, because my word, did that player have a game in this one. And the superstar spotlight is going to fall on Jaedyn Shaw for scoring that goal at the end. But to me, Ann-Katrin Berger was a huge influence in instilling so much confidence defensively in this Gotham team throughout the game, making sure that they kept the tempo high. She came off her line to win the balls. And when you have that starting in the back and then it ripples forward into the attack, watching this, I never had doubt that Gotham didn't think they were going to win this game. Even if I had doubts that they weren't going to win it, they never lost their faith.
Yeah, I was looking at their box defending, because Orlando had their press, which is incredible. I think when it works out so well in Orlando's favor. They were sending a lot of crosses in. I thought Simone Charlie, round of applause. I thought she was electric when she came in. I thought Seb subbed really well, especially in the second half. But you're right. I think Gotham was so strong in their box defending, in the second balls, in not jumping and closing down and getting cut. I think Mandy had a really good game. The battle between Jess Carter and Marta and Emily Sonnet and Marta, I mean, they were all over her anytime she got the ball. She still managed to get out, but it nulled the threat that she usually has when she's driving forward and dribbling. I just think they did, Lisa, you said it well. I think they did such a good job of staying compact, staying calm, never diving in too much or leaving themselves completely exploited besides that one chance that Jackie Ovalle had.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's been the story of Gotham consistently all season is their defense, their defensive presence. Obviously, Emily Sonnet, we've talked about her not being one of those MVP candidates, or not MVP candidates, but like best 11 or whatever, right, end of season awards for how good she has been for this team, and Jess Carter as well. And I just feel like, and then Jalen Howell in front of them. So I feel like even though they're still trying to sort out like the cohesion and how they're going to score goals a little bit more consistently, because that's where the lulls have been this season. Defensively, they've been sound. So it makes complete sense that they were just, okay, let's just continue to look for our chances. No one needs to panic. We have Berger behind our defense as well. And I feel like, as cliche as it is, defenses do win championships, right? Because it allows you to hang around. It does. I mean, listen, they didn't have a
it does. I agree. I agree.
They didn't have a shot on goal until the end, right? And at least, you want to laugh and you agree. Because listen, you don't have a shot on goal and you just allow yourself to hang around and keep yourself in the game because you're defensively sound. And then you have somebody like Jaedyn Shaw to execute on that moment. And
Rose Lavelle to also draw that foul, right? I was for sure. I was like, this game's going into extra time. Even I think it was the end of the first half. I said that out loud. I was like, this game's we're going to go into overtime at the end of this one.
Well, I think it's a testament to Gotham being the championship mindset team that they have. You have an Emily Sonnet, you have a Rose Lavelle, you have a lot of players that are experienced in making it far in tournaments, winning championships, leading teams. But how easy is it, especially in a setting like this, an NWSL semifinal, when you have young players to defend the entire game, you're not getting a shot, it's not connecting in the attack, to then take your foot off the gas pedal and make those silly mistakes that happen when you're defending for 90 plus minutes. It's very easy to do that and turn your mind off and just think about getting the ball forward and kind of let off. They never did that. Not once. Maybe after they scored and AKB came up with the masterclass of a save, which she seems to have at least once a game. I mean, we're going to see that on replay all over the socials. I can't wait to sit and watch and share on my socials.
That was a chance. That was
is incredible.
Orlando.
But I think those moments where you think, oh, Orlando's back in the game. Oh, they have the momentum. For Gotham to truly ride the wave of that and still be able to be positive in the attack and be advantageous when those moments happen is huge. And I think it's deserved. That's one of those qualities that goes really underrated for teams that are successful. It might not be the most exciting game. It looks like suffer ball a little bit, but when the moment counts, they're going to put it away.
And I think they're going to actually, that's a great point. And I think that's really what's going to have to happen next week in the championship too, because as we've seen Washington, they're going to be what I imagine aggressive. They're going to have Rose, they're going to have Contour, they're going to have Gift Monday going.
Windows.
Right? So yeah,
Windows
exactly.
Down the line.
Goodness gracious. I've watched that goal 1,000 times. I like put it up on my own social media and I just keep replaying my own story.
That
like, it gets better every time. I'm like, every time, is she going to get there? Yes, she is. But yeah, I think that to your point, Darian, Gotham's going to have to ride some of those waves next week too, just with the style of play that I think we expect to see from Washington, how they like to attack. So, yeah, it's just a quality performance. I think I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of an attack, as we all would have from Gotham, just with the talent they have. But you know what? You get the job done when you need it, and you have another opportunity now to win a championship.
Yeah, it was enough. Although their XG Gotham during this game was 0.17 and Orlando's was 1.14. I mean, Orlando still wasn't terribly high in this game, but for Gotham to have it at 0.17, their XG is insane. So is that, Lori, for you, if you're looking at Juan Carlos Amoros and this team, the rotation of players who started, who came in, knowing that you have 1 week, 6 days before you're facing a championship. You're playing a championship game facing Washington. What's the focus for Gotham this week?
Yeah, just the cohesion in the final third, getting everybody operating on the same, confident, Rose, Jaedyn Shaw, the midfield of Jalen Howe, those three. But then also, I mean, listen, look what we saw Midge Purse do a couple years ago in the final, right? She just took off. I would expect a very similar performance from Midge in the championship. And yeah, it's just about Astaire just coming back from injury. It was unclear whether or not she was going to start in this game. So getting her back with, just clean touches. Yeah. I mean, it's just that rinse and repeat, make sure everybody's locked down defensively. You've been here before, so you have that experience. And then just make sure everybody's feeling confident in the final third.
I love this comment from Juju Woso. They said, it's a Rose v. Rose final.
Oh, I love that.
I love that. Yeah. Although I don't know how much we'll see them actually match up. I think those are two of the people that set the tone for both of their teams.
Sure.
So
Gosh,
shout out Juju Woso.
I know we're not on the game, but Rose Kwasi, goodness gracious.
Oh, so good. So good. We are going to talk about it. We are going to talk all about Washington and their game. Let's do it. Washington. They took on Portland Thorns in the semifinal yesterday. Lori, you were on the call for this game. Fantastic job, my friend. You crushed it. Washington ends up winning 2-0. Goals from Gift Monday and Croy Bethune. An incredible assist from Rose Kouassi. No Trinity Rodman to start this game. She did come on very, very late in this one, but Washington's pretty okay without Trinity Rodman, with Kouassi, Gift Monday, in the absence of Trinity Rodman. Lori, they still get the job done, and they kind of make it look easy.
Oh, yeah, they made it look easy. But I think they executed the game plan. I've talked with Adrian Gonzalez, obviously, before the game, and he said against Racing Louisville, they felt like they executed the game plan really well the first half to limit Racing Louisville in the quarterfinal. But the only thing that let them down is not being clinical enough to put the game away. And that was really a big talking point for us, is knowing just the limitations down the stretch here for Portland in terms of not having a ton of verticality, not having a ton of ability to really stretch teams due to their injuries and just having to rotate some players and whatnot. But so therefore it allowed for Washington to squeeze the game, and they just kept the pressure on. That first goal was huge. I think it takes the pressure off of them. But then also the way that they scored that goal through Rose Kouassi getting there first. And listen, this is what we were talking about, right? At certain times, you just want, the talent between Rose Kouassi and Gift Monday, that is, just set that aside, the desire to get there first, like literally sees the ball and was like, I'm getting there. It was like... and to watch it live, we were just like, what is happening right now? This is amazing.
Where's Chris pulling out his turtleneck, trying to get some air?
Winnie and I were like, man, she's still going. She's still going. I think I was doing this in the booth. So, yeah. I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now, except for the fact that they executed that game plan perfectly. They got the first goal in the half, and then it was just going to be a scramble for Portland. And I felt like they never let up. And it actually wasn't a surprise to me for Washington, because leading up to their quarterfinal game, there was a lot of kind of disjointedness in terms of rotating of players. Obviously, Trin got hurt, but then he had an international break. They didn't travel a lot of people to their decision day game at Utah. And so I think you kind of saw some of that, them working that out of like the last month, not having everybody playing full 90 minutes together. Was not the case this game. Just moving around. Abby Odon coming in, just close out games.
I love watching her play.
Exceptional. Yeah, so I think we'll expect that type of performance for Washington, especially with a chip on their shoulder after losing last year in the championship. And let's go. I'm pumped.
Let's go.
I didn't even really talk about the semifinal, except great work from Washington now in the championship.
Yeah. Yeah, ditto. And my bracket is still good on the Washington side because they made it. This game started though with Washington just putting so much pressure on Portland. They scored in the opening 5 minutes, and that goal got called back. And that can be a game-changing moment when you're on the defensive side and you've just conceded. It can be a wake-up call. But for Washington, it was like, who even cares? We're going to get another one. We're going to get another one. Lori, you're talking about the rotation, whether it's injuries or travel and the international break, everything that Washington has gone through. They also dealt with injuries in the quarterfinal. No Gabby Carl in the semifinal, and Kate Wiesner slotted into that left back role. And my goodness, Kate Wiesner had a tremendous game. Talk about rising to the occasion. She was intercepting balls from Portland. She was confident going forward, really brave on the ball, making really tough tackles that won the ball back for Washington. And I loved watching that side of her, because if you're Portland, you might key in on that and say, okay, we've got rotation in that left back position. Let's target it and let's go at it. And Wiesner stepped up, and it didn't even matter. I mean, Washington dominated. They looked so in control in the entirety of this match.
Yeah. When I think back about the game, I was watching with Allie and Kelly, and we were like looking at the tactics. I think credit to Adrian Gonzalez. He knew exactly what to do to nullify the entirety of Portland's attack, minus the set pieces. It was shut down Sam Coffey, shut down Jessie Fleming, pin back Raylan Turner, because she's going to want to come back. I mean, as a 9, you get hungry to get touches on the ball. You want to be effective. Like, there's a lot of times you don't touch the ball for minutes, 10 minutes at a time, because your team just can't get the ball up. So you end up dropping lower. As soon as that happened, anytime Portland had a ball to go long, Washington just picked it up. Terry McKeown, Rebecca Bernal, whoever it was, Esme Morgan, just picked the ball up, put the ball back into play, and tried to force into those pockets outside of Sam Coffey and Jess Fleming. And it was really a tactical battle that I don't think Portland could try to figure out. They didn't have the next step. And I don't know if that's just they're a young team. They have a lot of injuries, a lot of players out that we'll see this next year. They just needed that extra layer of, okay, when our trio in the midfield that has been our star the entire season can't get on the ball, what's next?
What do we do?
What do we do? And it didn't seem like they had the ability to even get touches on it to try to figure it out. And that's a credit to Washington, their press.
Absolutely.
It was relentless. They had energy. Rowdy Audi was lit with yellow kits. Michelle King looked savvy on the sidelines in her yellow coat. It was all energy in Spirit's favor. And that's a tough place to go play, especially when they have so many different attackers that can hurt you in different ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this game was high pressure too. Like, even Portland at times were trying to pin Washington back, and Portland had a high press that had worked for them throughout the season when they're off the ball, and Washington didn't even faze them that they had runners coming at them. It was Bernal and McKeown, and they just so easily moved the ball around. And there was a moment at the beginning of this game where I was like, "Ooh, here comes the Portland press. Like, they're going to pick off this pass." Nope. Washington 1-2 touches. They kept it moving. It looked like something straight off the training pitch for the Spirit, and the crowd, you could feel the energy. How was it, Lori? How was it being in Audi with this crowd?
Yeah, dynamite. I mean, it is next level. You feel the energy, you feel the excitement, and that's why it's like more so than a lot of stadiums. It's like that is a 12th player. And you have to use that to your advantage. That's why we even were saying, okay, yes, first half goal, 1 to force Portland to chase, but also just to continue to use the crowd to your advantage, because the team feeds off of it. It's exciting. It's loud. And, I think that was the struggle with Portland, is they didn't have enough in the attack in that game, enough variety. They needed more. And it's hard to put it all on Raylan Turner, but they needed more from her to be able to help exploit that space and initiate those runs. I actually thought they should have moved her, kept it the same. I even said it in game as they did in the quarterfinal, keep her out wide, because then she can kind of make those diagonal runs in behind. I feel like that's more challenging. And then just play Castellanos as a center forward so she can drop in and help, kind of like an up, back, through style. But regardless, Washington was good enough defensively too, even when they did try to just play over the top and get some of Portland's runners in.
Okay, so dynamite is the term that you just used to describe Rowdy Audi. How does Audi compare to Providence Park?
Oh, well, goodness, it's different in the sense that Providence Park is bigger and it feels bigger, and you're higher up in the booth. So it's different, but that place with the Riveters is bananas too. Maybe it should be bananas because Washington is yellow, and then Providence Park is dynamite.
Okay,
So,
cool. I wanted the adjectives to describe these different
yes.
venues. So thank you, Lori. These are the
Yeah.
questions we ask here at A3. All right, that does it, guys. We've got Washington Spirit in the final and Gotham FC, all because of a late game-winning goal off a set piece from Jaedyn Shaw for Gotham. She was the queen and the hero of the day, and she's about to join us. So stick with us. We're going to take a quick break, and then you'll hear from Jaedyn Shaw herself. Hey, welcome back to Attacking Third. We are so pleased to be joined now by the game-winning goal scorer herself for Gotham FC. She has punched the ticket for her team to go to the NWSL Championship. Gotham FC midfielder Jaedyn Shaw. Jaedyn, what is up? Congrats. Welcome to A3.
Thank you.
What an amazing game, an insane ending. You're standing over the ball for the set piece with Rose Lavelle. What did you guys talk about before you scored that game-winning goal?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a pretty good understanding of like what we want it to look like to decipher which one of us is going to take it. Yeah, and I feel like Rose had full confidence in me taking it, and we both agreed on, me taking it, going far post with it, and yeah, I mean, we work on them so much. Credit to the coaching staff that has helped me so much with the set pieces. And I honestly assist that goal to Brody, our goalkeeper coach, because he spoke so much life into me, into the set pieces, because I was taking them yesterday in training. And I'm so grateful for like the trust that everybody has in me in those big moments. And I just knew that I literally told myself, I was like, just don't overthink it, hit it, you know how to do this, like you've done it a million times. And yeah, I'm also like really glad that Midge was there too to throw Morehouse off a little bit. I think is like also something that's like really helpful with those.
Yeah, it seemed like such a set piece you guys had worked on in training. It was perfectly placed. The runs were throwing off Orlando's defense. But I'm hyped for you, Jaedyn, because you look good, you're playing good. It just seems like you're feeling good. What's been the secret to you kind of getting your confidence with this Gotham side, especially in this playoff run?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of inevitable being in this team. I think everybody plays with so much like confidence, and I think it's just contagious. And I think for me, like in the way that I play, like I feed off of other players. I feel like I play with a little bit of emotion, and I think that really pushes me into taking more risk and like, seeing that final ball or making that extra run. And I think that's really helping me. And honestly, just like the small little things that, the staff has said to me, or just like little moments that go a long way for me and the player that I like to be. And ultimately, like I am starting to learn what kind of player that I see myself being. And I think just knowing that I like bring value to this team and just like playing into that.
Okay, I might have two questions. Sorry. Anyway, congratulations, a wonderful free kick. But I'm curious about just piggybacking off that your answer. How do you see yourself as a player? Like, what is that starting to look like?
I think for the way that I like to play with a little bit of confidence. Like I like to take players on. I like to, play the final ball. Do something that's not necessarily like as predictable. I think. Yeah, just like taking more risk, I think, is part of who I am as a player. And even when I don't get as many chances to do that, I think just taking advantage of the chances that I do get and not, playing it safe, especially in these big moments, I think is something that's, that I'm developing in my game. And that's something that I'm still trying to like figure out and be consistent in. And I think just being in this environment has helped me so much in that. And knowing that I have freedom to do those things, have freedom to make mistakes, and my teammates are going to back me and the coaching staff is going to back me and tell me to do it again. Like, I feel like the sideline and like everyone on the bench, like honestly pushed me through the last few minutes of that game and to get that free kick and, just have a second to take a breath and like calm myself down for that. I'm just like, really grateful for those big moments and the preparation that goes into it.
Yeah, amazing. Well, we love that for you, and we welcome and or feel very lucky to watch you take all the risks that you plan on taking. So the second part of this was before you jumped on, we were talking about your team and a sign of a good team being able to ride some of the waves and the ups and downs throughout a 90-minute match. And you all did that today. There was plenty of times for you as a team, and same with Orlando, to be able to come in and have a conversation on how to regroup throughout the game. What were some of those conversations just to make sure that you were able to get the win and get into the championship?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like you said, just riding the waves of momentum. Like, we knew that this was going to be a game where they were going to have some moments, and they were going to have, like, they have players that can create magic. And so we knew that there were going to be those moments, and not letting that get to our head and continuing to play the way that we know that we can, and executing the game plan, I think, is something that was big this game. And just like coming together in those moments, and like getting everyone together, like encouraging one another when we were tired, like it's warm out here, like there was a lot of adversity coming into this game. And so coming together as a team is something that we talk about a lot. And I think that this team, with such a good mixture of veterans and young players, I think have a really good balance of that. And I think like we do a good job of coming together in those moments and flipping that momentum into our favor.
Jaedyn, Underdogs my ass. I love that. I absolutely love that you said that. And I think that, yeah, she's right. Underdogs, what? They have a championship, and they have a star-studded team. How much has that phrase and kind of mentality to prove people wrong that have counted you guys out driven you guys to a championship this year?
Yeah, I mean, we have world-class players on this team, and everybody on this team knows what it feels like to be counted out, knows what it feels like to be, left to the side. Like, as Juan said, they thought that we were dead. They buried us to the ground. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have that before, and we know how to get out of it. And I think that really, like, also brought us together. Like, oh, people are really counting us out. Like, cool. Okay, bet. Like, so I think also the, riding the roller coaster of like coming off of that high of last game and coming back into this game and knowing that we have to do it again, and then we have to do it again in Bay. So that like coming together and being like, all right, like we celebrated that, we did really great, and now it's time to like refocus and come back together and put another performance out there. And that's exactly what we did. So
Jaedyn Shaw, congrats. Do you work on your Juan Carlos Amoros accent? That was
Wait, you guys, it's actually so funny. People tell me that it's like really good, but
it's good
with the most respect possible. I've done it in front of him, so he's like, fine.
Jaedyn, that is awesome. We are live on YouTube, and our chat is absolutely blowing up with love and support for you. Dude, she did amazing. She's on fire at Gotham. I love that you're finding your stride at Gotham. Jaedyn, I'm here for your world domination chore. They're calling it Gotham FC now. What do you have to say to Gotham fans as you guys are headed to the NWSL championship?
Yeah, I mean, I felt the love from Gotham fans from literally the jump, like before I even made it to see the team. So I'm so grateful to be a part of this club, and like with all the support that we get. I mean, the traveling fans, the support online, I think is just like something that none of us take for granted. And yeah, I'm just so grateful for all the Gotham fans that we have, and we're going to continue to make you guys proud. So.
Well, they're signing the petition now to get it changed to Gotham FC.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I do not approve, you guys.
Congratulations. Thanks for hanging with us. This was awesome. Good luck, and we will see you in San Jose.
Thank you. See y'all.
What a superstar, guys. It was so cool to hear her talk about how she just feels at home with this Gotham team.
Yeah, you can see it. I mean, I think when you hit your pro career, there's like especially a player like her, she's so young. She's missing out on college, where you kind of learn to ride the wave of, are you starting? What does the weekend look like? The travel, like there's a lot of factors that go into you kind of growing up and dealing with those moments. And then to do that so publicly when you're already a star, already a professional, you're getting call-ups to the national team, to kind of see her lose confidence. I think that we saw that a little bit with North Carolina, was sad. But then to see her fully step into Jaedyn mother effing Shaw and show up in these playoffs in the moments where you have the most pressure on you. You have to gel with a new team. You're now taking the set pieces. She's handling it so gracefully and with a lot of swagger, and I'm totally here for it. The mic drop moments. I just love it. And she's such a joy to watch and a joy to talk to. I don't know if we've had her on before, maybe like with San Diego, but that was ages ago.
So different too. She seems so different than when she was with San Diego. Of course, when she was with North Carolina earlier this year, really free in what she's playing, and like is so confident and comfortable in the role that she's playing with Gotham. And she had a huge one in the semifinal, of course, scoring the game-winning goal for Gotham. She's going to also have to have a huge game in the championship against Washington Spirit. If you look at that matchup, Rose and Washington and Gotham, Lori, where does your mind go to in this battle, which is going to be the biggest sticking point in this game?
Yeah, Lori, you go first.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I do think this final has players that do have like moments of magic in them, which is in and of itself is going to be brilliant, right? Because that's what you want. You just need players that can either individually they're going to be able to take over, or they'll be able to do it as a collective unit. But outside of some of those individual battles like Rose, right? Gift Monday and Bethune, who I think has been exceptional in the playoffs. I'm really looking at I'm really looking at the defense of Gotham though versus the attack of Washington. I think is going to be such a fun one, because the thing about Washington is they can hit you on those counterattacks like we saw yesterday. But they're also not a team that's going to keep long bouts of possession. Really, it's Lacey Santos and Croy Bethune that are the ones that are looking to combine. Everybody else is looking to try to take on a little bit more 1v1, or they're going to shoot. So it's not like they have all these long bouts, but they will try to attack quickly. And I think it's going to be important. And so within that, they have variety of ways that they can hurt you. So it's going to be really important, I think, for Gotham to showcase how good they've been defensively, make sure they're up for that challenge, and then come to life with their attack, right?
Yeah, in moments when they have in their attack. Yeah, and Catherine Berger is going to have to have a really big game too. It starts in the back. I'm looking at the wide players too for Gotham with Bruninia and Lily Real, because they had a lot of like forward movement and width, providing that width for Gotham today in their game against Orlando. And I'm interested to see how that matches up against Washington, or who can kind of control some of those wide spaces in the game, because that's also where a lot of Washington players like to operate. Lacey Santos finds herself out in those pockets a lot. And Kouassi, it's going to be a battle for who can win the flank in this game. And I think that's going to be a key area that if you can dominate that a little bit more, get control of that space of the field, be able to whip crosses in or switch the ball from side to side, it's going to be a difference maker. But it's also a championship. So there's going to be nerves on the line. I hope there's as much intensity, which I know there will be, as we saw in these two semifinals. All right, Dee, so we let Lori go first on that one. What are you thinking? What are you thinking about this final?
You know what? I think both of these two teams, let me restart. You know what? I think both of these teams are exceptional. I think they both have a ton of talent. They're both peaking at the right times. And like we saw in this match, Orlando and Gotham, it comes down to those minuscule moments, those split decisions you make. Where are you forcing pressure? Where are you fouling? Are you finishing those chances? Where are you putting a ball out? It's those moments that I think the players need to manage in a game that are going to make or break both of these sides. I think we've seen Gotham let games go late in matches where they end up tying during the season, and they've figured that out. With Washington Spirit in the quarterfinals, they let Louisville come back into the game. They got tight and let a long ball go over the top of them. It's those small moments. So I'm looking at this. I'm also looking at the coaches, how they're going to bring subs in, how they're going to change tactically in game. When are you going to adjust when we kind of have a game today where it's not really working out in the attack? What's next? It's going to be, I think we're in for more of an exciting game than we saw today. I think it'll be a little bit more open just because of the nature of the Spirit and how much more they attack, which leaves them vulnerable in the back line. Are we giving predictions?
Yes, we are. We have to give predictions. I want to know, is it going to be regulation, extra time, penalties, and then, of course, the winner who's going to lift the trophy?
Laura, you go first. I need to think.
Lisa, you go first.
Me go first? Okay, I like this one. I don't think it's going to be in regulation, but I don't think it'll get to penalties. So I think we will play some extra time, and I think Washington is going to win at the end of it. I think the efforts defensively of Mickey Owen and Rebecca Bernal has been so tremendous in these last couple of weeks for Washington, specifically in the game yesterday. I think her ability to control the tempo of the game, to pop into different pockets, to support the players around her, to keep possession for Washington is so crucial for how they play. And we are seeing Croy Bethune like we have never seen her before. And she was outstanding in that semifinal. She is feeling herself. She is ready to cook a little bit more. And this Washington team wants it. And I think Audrey Gonzalez as well can put them in the best position to succeed at the end of the day, knowing that they're going up against a Gotham team that is tough to break down and tough to find the back of the net in. And although Gotham's not going to create all these chances against you, how can you take advantage of those small moments? So I'm going extra time, Washington Spirit, take the win.
What's the score?
I don't know.
I thought we were giving score predictions.
2-1. 2-1.
Oh, okay. I'm going Washington 2-1 as well, because I can see Gotham getting a goal, but I am going in regulation.
I will also say I think we're going to go to extra time. I think it'll go into 1-1 extra time. But with that, I'm going to give the edge to Gotham. I'm going to give the edge to Gotham and their defense. I'm going to say 2-1. I think this team has so much momentum off of being doubted that that's going to drive them. I mean, they're talking to Jaedyn Shaw. We were all like this. Like the energy around that team right now is so infectious, and not saying it's Spirit doesn't have that, but when you have that story bringing you forward, I think, yeah.
But the thing is, I don't think
Washington, I say that, and who the hell knows
about what Gotham is right. I don't think Washington gives a crap about what people are saying in the outside noise, and they're just so locked in. Oh, I don't know. I love this one. I love this battle. We get it. Championship Saturday next week on CBS, 8 p.m. Eastern time from San Jose, California. It'll be the Washington Spirit against Gotham FC. Lori, you're on the call for this one?
Yep.
We need a Lori camera to see if you're running in the booth once Glossy gets on the ball again.
Typically I am. I'm like, play the ball over there. I'm like, come on.
I love it. It'll be a fun one. You can watch it all on CBS. Attacking Third will have you covered from the studio show as well that leads up to it. NWSL Championship Week is here, and it's a big one. Washington against Gotham. Don't go anywhere. We are doing our last best 11 of these playoffs. It is the semifinal best 11 coming up next. Stay with us.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars. What a difference she has made.
The question is, can you handle it? Can you handle it? The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount+.
Hey, welcome back to Attacking Third, presented by Tylenol, the official pain reliever of the National Women's Soccer League. It is time for our NWSL semifinal best 11 forwards, midfielders, defenders, coach, and honorary captain. We are running through it, and Dee, you are leading us off with your forwards.
Whew, I'm back, baby. I'm back with the forwards. I had goalkeeper and defenders last week, and the amount of decisions you have to make is tough on that one, so I got the very easy one. This was also easy this weekend. I mean, we had incredible standout players that contributed to goals. So Gift Monday, because scored a brilliant goal, transition, windows. Lori's got it on her story, watching it on repeat. Go give her the views. Go hard it. Kawasi as well. I mean, talk about tenacity, talk about growing in confidence. She's assisted 6 of Gift Monday's goals in all comps. This is a combination that's just lethal, and I love seeing them flourish. And shout out to Africa because they balled out in this match. Jaedyn Shaw, just killing it in these playoffs. I thought she was consistent in the game, and being a young player, dealing with that confidence dip, finding herself again with Gotham, and stepping up and taking set pieces next to a Rose Lavelle is just chef's kiss on the night for the forward line. So Gift Monday, Kawasi, and Jaedyn Shaw. And also, I have to say,
in the front line, that's my question. We're putting Jaedyn Shaw in the front line.
We can put Jaedyn Shaw wherever we want. We can have 3 Jaedyn Shaws. As we know, there are no rules in the 8-3 best 11. I had Alyssa Nair as a forward one. So, but I have to say, Lori put, if you didn't have Kawasi here, I was going to boycott -LC.
That was me.
Oh, it was Lisa.
Hi, do you know my name, Darian? It's Lisa Carlin.
I just saw the L. I was like, oh, haha, that must be Lori. No, but yeah, Lisa said if you didn't have Kawasi here, I was gonna boicott. Come on, of course I was
needed
gonna
to
have her
be
in there.
Kouassi. I was gonna make a shout for Marta in this front line. I mean, guys, she just balls. It is so fun to watch her. And I know they lost, but Marta is just undeniable. She is dangerous no matter where she is on the pitch, no matter what she's doing with the ball, back to goal, out wide, in the middle, in the 18, in the defensive 18. You just have to be aware of what she's going to do at all times. So I wanted to give her a shout in this front line as well.
I mean, she's magic. You can also, she plays midfield. You can put her in the midfield.
Yeah, true.
You have the midfield.
I like this one. Okay, I'm going to go with my midfield core. I have Croy Bethune, an absolutely stellar game with Washington Spirit, and she ends up getting this second goal on what could have been a beauty of a tap in, and she makes sure it goes in, and it is her defensive presence that actually picks up the ball for that second goal for Washington Spirit. So absolutely Croy Bethune. I'm going to give some love to Sam Coffey because she found herself on the ball and trying to create and leading this Portland Thorns team farther than I expected in the playoffs. And I think that she still had a great game despite maybe not the best performance overall from Portland Thorns on the day. I have Jaedyn Shaw in my midfield because I slotted her in there. But I think I have to put another Gotham player in here. Do you guys have a suggestion? Do you have anyone else I should throw in my midfield?
Who do you have right now?
Croy Bethune, Sam Coffey. I had Jaedyn Shaw in there. You throw in the front line. I like it.
You can put her in the midfield too.
Can we put her in the midfield too? Can we do
I put Alyssa Nair as a forward and the goalkeeper. It don't matter.
You did it both. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right. I want Jaedyn Shaw in my midfield because I like her when she plays the 10 and I like her when she drops a little bit deeper. She has made the midfield better for Gotham since joining this team.
Put her there. But you could also put Marta. I know you wanted Marta to have a shout.
Yeah, I just like giving people shouts. You know, throwing flowers out wherever I can give them.
All right, I had the goalkeepers. Wait, Lisa, are you still going or no? You done it?
No, Lori, you pay attention.
Well, I wasn't sure if you're going to keep adding more people. So she's like doing the shots. All right, so I have the goalkeeper and defenders. I'm going with Ann Katrin-Berger, obviously, just freaking amazing. And that last second save at the end, just one of the best ever. I'm also going with Esme Morgan of Washington Spirit. I thought she was excellent yesterday, aggressive, stepping up. One of the reasons playing passes into the midfield that helped really kind of start their attacks. I'm going with Mickey Owen. No one knew if her ankle was even still attached. It was. She came out and played, been the heart of that defense. Sonnet continues just to be freaking stellar for Gotham. And then Lily Reel, give a shout out to for a player that was my rookie of the year and consistently is playing well beyond her years, super consistent, and that was no different today.
Yeah, I have no arguments to make with that back five. D, you, how you feeling?
I missed the first one or two. Who was it?
So I had Berger, obviously. I have Esme Morgan, Mickey Owen, Sonnet, and Reel. I mean, Bernal has been awesome too, but I needed to spread the love to these two teams. So,
Yeah,
I think that's a good shout. I have no complaints.
No
Lisa, do you want to give flowers to anybody?
No more flowers. I think Rebecca Bernal deserves some flowers, but Lori already handed them out. So congrats. Yeah, I like that one. All right, Coach Darian, who do you think should be Coach of the Week for the semifinals?
Oh, I'm going to go with Adrian Gonzalez. Yeah, I think he put on a masterclass of tactics with the Spirit against Portland. Portland's an incredible team, and you didn't get to see them be incredible. You didn't get to see any of the specialties that are the Portland Thorns, this revamped Portland Thorns under Rob Gale. And I think that was him galvanizing this team, the players he put out, the subs that he made at the right times. It was just a masterclass in tactics. So it was Adrian Gonzalez for me. Easy choice.
Ditto.
Easy choice. I second that. Yep.
Yep, absolutely. Even with
Come on.
having Trinity Rodman be available off the bench and saving her to some extent, like not forcing her to play more than she
Managed very well.
very, very well managed, coming on at the end just to give her a taste, to give everyone, the fans a taste, everyone a taste that Rodman is back and she's fine, but also not overdoing it with her. Love that for
But
Coach.
also maybe her last home game.
I know.
We
The
don't know.
The drama of it all. What about honorary captain for these semifinals, Lori? Do you have anyone inside the box, outside the box that you want to give some love to?
Maybe I'll give the honorary captain to Trent because she's been a huge aspect on even when she's not playing all the minutes last week in the quarterfinals. And then again, just hyping her team up, like getting her team excited and ready to go, and then made an impact immediately. Almost had a goal when she came on. So yeah, I'll give it to Trent.
I was thinking
I like that.
the Audi fan base, like the Washington
The yellow
Spirit
wall.
the yellow wall.
Or people are calling it the yellow brick road, which I love.
Oh, that's cute.
That's amazing.
I like that. Like, it's clever. It's fun. Kingsbury brick wall, the yellow, they're leaning into it. I don't know. I just love when we get home games like that are especially so black and white compared to the Orlando home game today. It was very different to see the fan bases show out in DC. So I give some love to them.
Yeah.
Any
I love
thoughts?
that.
Good on that. All right, cool,
I
guys.
second that one.
I like this. This was freaking awesome. We have our two teams that are headed to the NWSL championship. It is Gotham FC and Washington Spirit. You can watch the championship on CBS 8 p.m. on Saturday. Lori Lindsey will be on the call. D, you'll be on the desk breaking it all down for us pregame, halftime, and postgame. And of course, you can watch all of it on W Galazzo, our social channels. And we will see you in San Jose. More A3 coming up this week, Tuesday at 11 a.m. right here on YouTube. So we'll see you then. Thanks, everyone, for hanging with us, for listening as a pod. We so appreciate you. For our producer, Munya, Des, Darian, Lori, and Lisa, this was Attacking Third.